How can you shield yourself from those who cause you harm, and how should you approach those who have hurt you? Many find themselves enduring constant malice, insults, and animosity from others. Whether it unfolds in the workplace, among friends, or within the family, what truly matters is the pain these experiences inflict. In the forthcoming Zen tale, you'll uncover strategies to safeguard your inner peace from such individuals. Stick around until the end, as through Buddhist wisdom and practical guidance, you'll learn the sole effective method to preserve your emotional equilibrium and distance yourself from such individuals. In the heart of Japan, nestled amid ancient trees in a forest, stood a serene Buddhist monastery where tranquility reigned supreme. Within its confines dwelled Master Chen, a venerable sage renowned for his profound wisdom and boundless compassion, guiding his devoted disciples towards inner peace and empathy for all beings. During one evening lesson, a young disciple voiced his anguish over injustices suffered at the hands of those who exploited his goodwill, inflicting deep wounds. With a tranquil smile, Master Chen beckoned his disciples to encircle him. Taking a stone, he cast it into the tranquil pond. Observe the ripples, the master urged, and contemplate how the stone's impact shapes the water's surface. The disciples watched as the waves emanated from the stone's entry point, extending outward until they caressed the pond's shores. Just as ripples propagate through water, the monk expounded, our actions and reactions ripple throughout the world. Yet, we must discern when to release and when to act. Then, the master shared a tale involving the Buddha himself. Legend has it that one day, as the Buddha strolled through a village, a man unleashed a torrent of insults and threats upon him. The disciples, taken aback by the scene, anticipated the Buddha's response, yet he remained serene and silent, continuing his journey without a trace of vexation or spite. Once the Buddha was beyond the man's sight, a disciple, incredulous, queried, "Master, how could you maintain such composure in the face of such offensive language? Why did you not defend yourself?" The Buddha smiled at his disciple and replied, "Imagine someone offers you a sweater as a gift, yet you decline it. To whom does the gift then belong?" The disciple responded, "If I refuse the gift, it remains with the one who proffered it." "Precisely," affirmed the Buddha. "The same principle applies to offensive words and threats. If you do not accept them, if you do not react, they remain with the one who uttered them. Remember, dear ones, reacting with resentment and anger is akin to ingesting poison, hoping it will afflict others. Ultimately, it is we who suffer the gravest harm." Recalling past encounters, they realized that refraining from response wasn't a display of weakness, but rather a manifestation of wisdom and inner composure. To underscore his message, Master Chen led his disciples to a serene spot within the monastery and delved into the topic of human suffering. He elucidated that those who inflict harm are often ensnared in a cycle of anguish and discontent. Those who belittle and injure others, Master Chen expounded, are unfamiliar with true contentment, for their minds are clouded by anger, envy, and dissatisfaction. Consider moments of joy. In such instances, do you find the need to insult or inflict harm upon others to sustain your happiness? The disciples shook their heads in agreement. Indeed, affirmed Master Chen, genuine happiness arises not from causing harm, but from nurturing love, compassion, and inner tranquility. So, my dear disciples, Master Chen continued, when someone mistreats us and inflicts pain, we must pause and contemplate 3 key points. Firstly, reacting with anger will inflict greater harm upon us than upon them. If they provoke us, it's because they seek our reaction. Denying them this response will leave them profoundly disheartened and prompt introspection. Secondly, consider that their behavior stems from their own deep unhappiness and dissatisfaction. Those who are content and emotionally balanced are too preoccupied with their own well-being to seek harm against others. And lastly, when someone hurts you, the most appropriate course of action is to proceed on your path of compassion towards them. The disciples, deeply moved by Master Chen's sagacity and newfound teachings, contemplated how to apply these insights in their daily lives. One among them, echoing the sentiments of many, posed a question. Master Chen, I am profoundly grateful for your invaluable guidance. Nonetheless, it feels incredibly challenging to refrain from reacting when faced with hurtful actions that leave lasting scars. Many of us instinctively react or feel too wounded to remain passive. How can we cultivate the ability to disregard such individuals and persevere on our journey? I understand the difficulty of ignoring and not reacting to abuse. Therefore, my dear ones, heed the counsel I am about to impart. Firstly, cultivate inner awareness. Prior to reacting to an offense or injustice, it's crucial to acknowledge your emotions and thoughts. Often, anger and resentment stem from instinctive reactions. By pausing to reflect, you afford yourself the opportunity to comprehend the situation better and prevent escalation. Practicing patience in daily life serves as a practical exercise. Remember, patience is a precious virtue enabling us to maintain composure even amidst the most trying provocations. Commit to daily meditation, allocating moments for personal reflection and the cultivation of patience. Then, when confronted with mistreatment, take a deep breath and grant yourself a pause for contemplation. Doing so aids in averting impulsive reactions that may exacerbate the situation. Cultivating compassion is yet another crucial aspect of your inner work. Even when subjected to hurtful actions, it's vital to recognize that the perpetrator may be driven by their own suffering or ignorance. By diligently nurturing compassion, you'll gradually develop the capacity to see beyond others' negative deeds and respond with kindness rather than anger. Additionally, my dear disciples, embrace the recognition of impermanence. Everything in life is transient, including the offenses and injustices we endure. Reminding ourselves of this impermanence allows us to refrain from attaching excessive significance to negative occurrences and relinquish the desire for retribution or immediate rectification. Moreover, focus on finding the silver lining even amidst adversity. Despite challenging circumstances, there invariably exists something positive to glean. Maintaining an optimistic perspective empowers us to surmount obstacles and prevents the negative actions of others from exerting undue influence over us. As the disciples absorbed this profound lesson, preparing to express their gratitude to Master Chen, the monk regarded them with a warm smile and concluded, "Keep in mind that amidst adversity and offenses, genuine strength resides in refraining from reaction and in disregarding those who inflict harm upon us. Ultimately, the paramount objective is to attain inner peace, mental wellness, and emotional equilibrium. Ignoring those who cause us pain does not entail evading conflicts or suppressing emotions, but rather entails summoning the fortitude and sagacity needed to respond with serenity and compassion."